Good morning. So it is Thursday morning and I'm going to head into town. It's a bit grim today. I kind of had my breakfast and sat and waited for a while hoping that it would stop raining, but it's yeah, hammering it down. So I got my waterproofs on and I need a few bits and bobs for the Witches' Fair today. So I've got some display stands and things that I need to paint. So I need some black paint and some gold paint, maybe a bit of fabric as well that I can use to kind of drape on things and cover things up, and always going to be looking for some bits of jewellery, so we'll have a nosy around for that as well, and I shall take you along with me. Good morning and welcome back to the channel. So today my back bedroom, which is like my office and workshop area, is in a bit of a state. I've got lots of things on the go. I'm trying to get things ready for the Witches' Fair, which is not this weekend, next weekend, so next Saturday, the 1st of November. So I've been trying to think about how I'm going to display everything, and I've been doing a bit of painting. I've got some boxes and things that I need to decorate, and then what I want to do later on today is get all of my jewellery out, get all my display items and lay them out on the bed, because the bed is roughly the same length as the table that I'll have on the day. So I just want to make sure that everything fits on there and kind of things look right. I'm going to have like things at different heights, and yeah, I just need to check that that all works, because I don't want to take it all down on the day and then things don't look right or I can't put certain things out. So yeah, so I shall now show you some of the things I've been up to. So down here is where I've been doing a little bit of painting. So that's the fire screen that I'm going to use to hang jewellery from. That's going to go in the car. And then I wanted to have things at different heights and levels to catch people's eye. So I went into town the other day and I got myself some paint, which this is a whole litre of black paint and it was only £3, so I was really chuffed with that. And then I got myself some paintbrushes, and I already had some gold paint, so I thought I would do some things black and then I would do some things in the gold so that they stood out. They're my kind of branding colours. If we have a look at my business card, we've got black, gold, grey and white. There we go. So I'm just waiting for some of these to dry and then I'll be able to have a play around with them. I also found these super cute little gold mushroom picture holders. So what I'm going to do is pop my business card in them and then dot them around the table. I've got 3, so I thought that would be a good idea. And then in these boxes is all of my stock. So we've got all the handmade things, we've got some vintage stuff, I've got some jewellery boxes that I can put things in to display them. I've bought this really super thick card because I thought I could kind of make some stands out of that as well and hang some necklaces on those. I got some paper bags. So last year I didn't have any bags for people. I just had these gold paper ones. But I thought if people are buying a few items, these ones with the handles would be much better. And I'm going to print some stickers off with my branding on and stick those on there. They were a bargain. They were from Vinted. A lady was selling a pack of 100 for a £5 and I offered £4 and she accepted. So that was fab. And then in here is all my handmade stuff. Got some fabric to have a play around with as well. I've got some black and some gold, which I used last year. And then this is the gold fabric that I got from a charity shop. It's like a denim fabric. So I need to have a play around with those on the display and see what looks the best. I'm thinking this might match the gold paint better, but we shall see. So it's been a busy old week this week. Very quiet on the orders front. So I've only had a couple of orders this week, which is really low. Usually October, November, December is like my best time of the year. But I think lots of things are contributing, and I think people are not spending as much and they're worrying about things like winter fuel bills and Christmas and that kind of stuff. So still been listing. I've been trying really hard to get lots of things on the website, lots of things on eBay, and over on Etsy as well, so I can keep everything stocked and get fresh stuff on there. And now I'm going to show you some more Vinted hauls that I got. So I've become quite the Vinted addict. I can't seem to stop scrolling on there and looking for stuff, but there is so many bargains on there, it is unreal. So I have 3 lots that came this week, and then I have another lot that I've got to go collect this morning. So which should we do first? We'll do this one first because this arrived first. So this was from the same person. I made an offer and it was for two things. The first is sterling silver. So if you watched my last video, you'll know that I've been picking up lots of sterling silver and I love it. I absolutely love silver jewellery. And it kind of, when people list it for sale, they kind of underestimate the value of it. So you tend to be able to pick things up quite cheap. But how beautiful is that? So it is mother of pearl in the centre there. And it's got this beautiful sterling silver frame. It's an open back and it does have the 925 just at the top there. And it's on a silver chain as well. And that also has the little tag there that tells you where it was made and that it's silver. And that came in its original little box, which was lovely. It is cracked and broken, so I'll probably have to get rid of it. The necklace is by George Hook in Birmingham. Not sure date-wise when it was, but it says it's a family business that's been running since 1824. So that's quite cool. So I picked that up, and then the second thing I got was she had a little rings lot. And if you know me, you know that I love brass. Love brass, love copper, love silver. And she had a little lot of rings, so I picked these up. So these are brass with some inlay. So I got a blue one. These are adjustable as well, so you can pinch them open a bit more to make them bigger. And a green one that's got a nice floral design on it. And then the last one, this is the one that caught my eye. How nice is that? It's got an elephant in the centre and it is huge. Pop it on my finger. Look at the size of that. Don't know if you can hear Torvy dog in the background barking. She's sat in the window in the living room barking at everybody that walks past. So that lot came to £7.72. Next lot was 2 job lots of earrings. So a lady had 2 bunches of earrings. I put them together as a bundle, made an offer and she accepted. So they came to £11.49 and that's including the postage and the protection fee as well. So that's these two bags here. Now, I won't show you everything now because it'll take me forever to go through them. There's quite a few pairs in each bag. But what I did spot was that there was a silver pair of earrings within each lot. And funnily enough, it's really strange. I have these earrings already and I bought them on Vinted from somebody else. So now I have a second pair. And these are going to come to the Witches' Fair. Look at those. Beautiful kind of 60s cats, kitty cats. And I could tell by the tarnish, there's a bit of tarnish on the head there. And then in one of the photographs, you could see the back and it says 925 just there. So they need a good polish, but they were in one of the bags of earrings. A bag that was kind of like animal themed. So there's some owl earrings, there's some hedgehogs. There are, was there some more? Oh, look at those. I'll show you these because these are super cute. Little blue hedgehogs. And then in the other bag, there was another pair of silver earrings. This was like a little enamelled lot. So the other earrings have got enamel, which I absolutely love. I always pick this kind of stuff up when I see it. But look at the size of these. So these are very, very similar in design to the silver balls that I showed you in the last video, the round balls with a kind of scroll cut out design just like this. And again, they're quite dark. They've got quite a lot of tarnish on them, so need a good polish. But they're solid sterling silver as well. I couldn't believe it. I haven't found a mark on these, but I have tested them and they do test as sterling silver. So yeah, that was worth it just for those two pairs of earrings. And then obviously I got everything else that was in there as well. I'll do my usual. I'll lay everything out and do a pan round so you can see everything in detail. And then I've got one more sterling silver lot to show you. It's really difficult when I get the sterling silver stuff. I'm like so tempted to keep it because I wear a lot of silver myself. Today I've got a mixture of, I've got copper on. I have my brass snake and I've got my ankh, my Egyptian ankh. And then I've got some copper and abalone shell earrings in today. I love to wear a nice mix of metals. Right, so this last lot is all sterling silver and it was from a lady that I've purchased from before. She always throws a free gift in, which is really sweet. And she's always happy to entertain offers as well. So I always kind of bundle things up, knock a couple of quid off. And she accepted. So I'm just untangling everything so I can show you. She always has a nice mix of things as well, which is awesome. So the first thing that came up in my kind of, what is it called? When you're scrolling through, it kind of recommends things for you. So that was the first thing that came up that caught my eye. So this is Mother of Pearl in pink, and then it's in a sterling silver frame. I thought that was quite nice. And on a sterling silver chain. And that was only listed for £5 on its own, which is amazing. Not a massive silver content, but it is stamped. It's stamped on the bail. So I thought that was pretty. And then when I went into her shop, I found these, which I guess you could say were matching, or you could wear them separate. But these, try to find a way that I can hold them so you can see. There we go. So these have got pink Mother of Pearl in as well, but they've got this little love heart design. And they're solid sterling silver, and they've got the stamp just at the bottom there. So that was two of the items. Got these little dainty studs, like little teardrops. So these are sterling silver with amethyst inside. And when these arrived, I thought, oh, there's no stamp on these, but there is, and it's hidden in a space that I suppose a lot of people wouldn't realise. So on this section here, on the inside, it's stamped 925. So when you first look at it, you can't find a stamp anywhere, but when you look inside, it's just stamped in there. So that's worth remembering when you're looking for sterling silver. Sometimes they even stamp it on the ear post itself. and I stumbled across that on a pair of earrings the other day. I was doing some listing and I had some little kind of 1960s, 70s style stud earrings with like a star kind of cut into it and a domed circle shape, little studs. And I thought maybe they're gold plated on silver because they look quite pale. And then when I was taking the photographs, I noticed on the post that there is actually some hallmarks on the post. Teeny, teeny, tiny. And even with my jeweller's loop, I wasn't able to make out what the markings were, so I need a stronger magnifying glass for that. But potentially they're actually gold, which is amazing. So yeah, I was quite chuffed with that. These are black enamel on sterling silver. Quite funky, quite 80s looking. These are quite nice. These are some CZs in sterling silver. Oh, they were pretty. And they are stamped just down the side. So just on this section here. And that was my sterling silver haul. So that was everything. I've got another lot to pick up this morning, which I'm a little bit anxious about. It was, I think I talked about this in the last video about taking a risk. A lady had listed a load of jewellery and it looked like silver and she'd said it could be silver, but she didn't know. So I took a risk on that lot, bought lots of things together, made an offer so that I was kind of knocking a bit of money off and kind of making it a safe risk to take. But it could turn up and none of it might be silver, I don't know. So I shall have to, you'll have to wait and see. So that's it for today. I'm going to get cracking with my display stuff and get that sorted. And if I do manage to get it all laid out, I'll pan around and show you that as well to give you an idea of what the stall's going to look like. I've done myself an injury. So yesterday I did some painting. I did the black painting. And overnight I kind of developed a really strange blister. So here you'll see how red it is. So right in that crease of my thumb on my palm, there's a blister there, but it's not like a normal blister. It doesn't have clear fluid in it. It's very strange, but it's very, very painful and very swollen. I'm hoping it'll just go down on its own and disappear. I did wonder if, because I've been painting wood, whether I got a little splint in there, a little bit of wood or something, but I can't see anything and it's too painful to kind of touch. So yeah, we'll have to see. Hopefully it disappears on its own. Right, I'll lay all my jewellery out for you so you can see it. I'm going to get cracking with my display. And as always, thank you very much for watching and I'll catch you on the next one.